This video demonstrates KTabulator, a system to help users efficiently create ad hoc tables by leveraging a knowledge graph through the interactive creation and manipulation of tabular data. Our demonstration shows the overall system workflow, where a movie enthusiast named Ivan prepares a list of movie recommendations for his friend Carissa. To get started, Ivan searches up The Dark Knight in Wikipedia, copies and pastes its URL into KTabulator. He selects Start creating a table about The Dark Knight. The system adds The Dark Knight as the first cell in the primary column and shows a list of attributes that can be used to add more rows to the table. Ivan wants to first add all movies directed by Christopher Nolan. Thus, he selects attribute director Nolan from the list. Upon clicking OK, the table now adds movies directed by Nolan in the first column. It also shows a list of attribute recommendations on the right, such as language, editing. Seeing that the tables does not have many rows, Ivan wants to include a larger selection of movies. He clicks on the down arrow from the first column's header and adds two more sets of movies to the table. The first set is American crime thriller films, and the second is IMAX American epic films. To form the second category, he needs to select two attributes and combine them together. Ivan decides to add more information about the movies in the table to help him filter some of them out. As a preliminary check, he wants to remove all movies that are too long or too short. To do so, he adds the runtime attribute for the movies by clicking on the edit icon of a column header and selects the runtime from the list. Note that each attribute has a number behind it, indicating the density of the attribute or the proportion of entities that has this attribute. KTabulator now gives a preview of the table before the data is actually added. Seeing that the runtime attribute has a unit in seconds, Ivan unselects runtime and selects work/runtime instead. This time, the runtime is displayed in minutes, so Ivan proceeds to add it to the table. He now sorts the table by the runtime column in ascending order. He notices that the movie Doodlebug is only 3 minutes long, which seems odd for a movie. To take a closer look, he double-clicks on the cell of Doodlebug. KTabulator displays the Wikipedia page for the cell at the bottom and the cell preview on the right. Ivan sees that Doodlebug is intended to be a short movie directed by Nolan. Since Carissa will not be interested in such movies, he proceeds to filter out the movies that do not meet the runtime requirement. Ivan has just finished filtering the movies by runtime. Now, he is interested in seeing the directors for the remaining movies, so he adds the director column to the table. He notices that KTabulator has generated a list of suggested attributes related to the director column that he just added, such as cinematography, distributor, etc. Ivan thinks that the movies in his final list should include Carissa's favorite movie stars. Thus, he selects the starring attribute from the suggestions. Since most movies feature multiple actors and actresses, Ivan chooses to show all the different actors for each movie in a single cell. Skimming through the starring column, Ivan finds Carissa's favorite actors, such as Anthony Hopkins and Sean Penn in several movies. He thus adds a customized no column and enters favorite movie stars besides these movies. Lastly, he decides to include some of the Nolan movies in his final list as well by writing by Nolan for those movies in the note column. He creates his final table by filtering the note column and remove the runtime column, which is no longer relevant. To share the result table with Carissa, he clicks on the export table icon on the top right. Carissa received the table shared by Ivan and finds interesting movies that she hasn't watched. However, after adding the country attribute for the movies, Carissa sees that most of the movies are from the United States. Carissa believes that a good way to add a list of high-quality international movies is to choose from the Palme d'Or winners. Thus, she pastes the URL for Palme d'Or in KTabulator's Union Table section. Carissa now sees the list of tables extracted from Palme d'Or's Wikipedia page. She selects the first table and chooses to union this table with the existing one. KTabulator provides a suggested alignment of columns, an option for users to create a manual alignment. After clicking on Suggested Alignment, Carissa sees that the two tables are successfully unioned together. Note that the second table does not have a starring column to begin with, so KTabulator automatically found and filled in the actors and actresses for all movies from the second table.